Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, I've been dealing with the cyber threat for quite some time from many foreign adversary nations. The Chinese stole 20 million security clearances, including my own. North Koreans, a very devastating attack on Sony Pictures. Iran, getting great capability now. Not as good as ours, but getting better. This latest cyber attack on the Central Intelligence Agency, Vault 7, stealing over 8,000 pages of documents with some of the most highly sensitive cyber weapons, cyber tools in the United States government, now stolen, allegedly, by WikiLeaks as they dump it out to the public. This is going to have devastating consequences to all of us here, because it hands to our foreign adversaries the keys to the kingdom. And then we get to Russia. Sir, Estonia, we all know the story there, and my condolences. They shut down Estonia in one of the first acts of cyber warfare. I got briefed on the Russian threat to our elections when it was classified, in the classified space when the Obama administration was in power. And my advice to them was, we need to call them out for what they're doing, and we have to have consequences to those actions. The response was, we don't want to acknowledge publicly the threat. Then, under now President Trump, the same briefing with the same advice. And I think the president has now finally understood, when he had the classified briefing, that it was in fact a nation-state attack by Russia on the United States against our democracy. And I don't care whether it's Republican or Democrat. I care if it's an American election being challenged, being influenced by a foreign adversary, particularly one like Russia. So my question, very simply, to the panel, to the extent there's about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, you know, I've got 5 teenagers. If there are no consequences to bad behavior, guess what? Bad behavior continues. We have no international norms, no international standards when it comes to cyber, whether it be espionage or warfare. To the panel, I'll start with you, Mr. President. What do we have to do? What should be the consequences when Russia threatens not only our European allies, but your country and NATO, and now the United States of America and our democracy?
Well, I would start, thank you very much. I would start with the Tallinn Manual 1 and Tallinn Manual 2, which were produced by the NATO Center of Excellence for Cyber Defense in Estonia. I should say no reason, you don't have to feel too sorry for us, because having asked NATO for years to deal with cyber, after the Russian attack, NATO decided to actually put a center, and they put it in my country. But that center has produced 2 books on the international law, how it applies to cyber. That's the beginning, but there's still a long way to go on that. We do need to think about genuine conventions. The problem, there is one convention right now, and that is the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime. The problem is that the primary sources of cybercrime, Russia, China, North Korea, have not acceded to it, which means that it is basically inoperative in those countries that are producing the bulk of the cybercrime. Here, I mean credit card theft, all kinds of extortion schemes, and so forth.
Ambassador?
Thank you, Chairman McCaul. I mean, there's a lot of work that could be done to make our cyber policies more robust and more specific, more combined with our NATO allies, with the European Union. We should have that conversation at the technical level and at the political level. I think that working with parliamentarians between the Congress, that's a good conversation. We have expertise on the Hill. So I applaud that. I really come back to the way to defeat Putin, because there's something slightly pathetic about the way the Russians are trying to meddle in democracies, is to seize the moment of change. Forget about Russia. There's things that need to be done. We need to reform the agencies and tools and processes. There's a lot of flux in Washington right now. If as the coach of my favorite professional team says, do your job, if we all do our job, we will come out stronger. We will own the future, and they won't. Now, there is retaliation, and I've laid it out in my testimony, of things that he is a very brittle, dangerous actor. We should engage him where we can, and I want to tell Congressman Rohrabacher, we did it under the Bush administration. We did, I wouldn't do it today, military exercises, 33 a year. We went to Russia with bilats on terrorism. We did a lot, but there should be consequences, and I've suggested them in my testimony.
I see my time expired. I'd like to have written testimony from the other two witnesses, though. Thank you.
Mr. Jerry Connolly of Virginia.
Thank you, Mr.